A news channel recently reported that in the US, the top university grads who did MBA are struggling to get a job, which was not the case before. Because if you studied from the top universities in the UK, the employability rate was almost 100%, which is not happening now. So let's have a quick look.
A Harvard MBA is among the most coveted. You do that, your life is sorted. Top job at a top company, six-figure salary, and a relentless climb up the corporate ladder. But maybe not anymore. Look at this new report. 23% of Harvard students were jobless 3 months after graduating. We're talking about a top B school. Most Harvard students get jobs before graduation, yet 23% were jobless even after it. This number was 20% in 2023 and just 10% in 2022. So clearly things are getting worse. And it's not just Harvard. Most B schools in the US have the same story.
But what is the news in the UK? Are MBA grads struggling to get a job or not to get a job? If you're planning to do MBA in the UK, if you're confused if MBA is a good course for you or not, make sure you keep watching the video till the end because I have a special guest where we'll talk about in detail about MBA, which are the top universities you should choose, what are the skills you should have, how many years of experience, and finally, is it worth it? And what does the UK government had posted in terms of what is the employability rate of the graduates in the UK. So if this topic is of any use to you, make sure you keep watching the video till the end. But before we dive in, let me introduce myself to those who are new here. My name is Sarika and I have been living in the UK for the past 14 years. Currently, I work as a lead business analyst for one of the world's largest tour operators. In my spare time, I create YouTube videos to help you navigate the global job market and find the perfect study abroad destination. I offer two valuable services that I encourage you to take advantage of. The first is free study abroad assistance service. If you're interested in studying abroad in any of these listed countries, please fill out the form provided in the video description and pin comment. My team will reach out to you to assist you with your study abroad plans. And the second service is paid job assistance service. This is a 3-month coaching and mentoring program designed to make you job ready. It's perfect for those struggling to find a job or secure a visa sponsorship in the UK, Ireland, Germany, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. If you're serious about your career and want to land your dream job, enroll in this service. Remember, it requires a 3-month commitment and hard work where both you and I will be working together to make you job ready. I've also hired mentors who have successfully landed visa sponsorship jobs with the right strategy, and they're planning to help you guys as well. It's also for people who want to start their career in IT and also start their career as a business analyst where I will be your mentor. If you need a help, fill out the form in the description and my pinned comment, or simply email me at yourknowledgebuddy@gmail.com. Let's make you job ready soon. So without any further delay, let me introduce you guys to my guest today, Hashit. And the good news is that Hashit will be joining our job assistance program and he will be one of your mentors. So if you want to be mentored by Hashit, of course, you can email me on Your Knowledge Buddy or let us know in the comment section. So without any further delay, let's get started with today's video by introducing you guys to Hashit. Hi Hashit, welcome once again to Your Knowledge Buddy. And if you don't mind, can you please introduce yourself to my audience?
Sarika, my name is Harshit Madan Khanna, as I always like to go with my name once again. And yeah, currently I'm working in RSM as an audit assistant. Hopefully will be supervisor soon. I've studied MSc in the UK. I've completed that in management, specializing in finance from Durham University. It's been about 2 years to me in the UK that I've been working with RSM, and yeah, 3 years in the UK overall, 1 year of my master's. So I think that's a very brief introduction, but I think more than enough, hopefully.
Did you move to graduate visa or did you take a skill visa straight after your study visa?
I took skill visa straight after my study visa.
So you are one of the cream students, because hardly 5 to 10% I know people who moved from their student visa to skill visa. And most of the students at least I interact with, they have to take a PSW or the graduate visa because they still struggle to move to the skill visa. So I know you are one of my favorite student here, and one of the controversial topic I have here is for MBA. MBA is still debatable. Every day I hear some news that people are struggling to get job because they have taken MBA, because they don't have enough skills, talking to employers. There are different kind of articles and news, and students are confused after listening to the news that there are no jobs for MBA grads. So what is the ground reality? So before we get into the ground reality, is MBA still worth it to do from the UK or not? What do you think?
Well, MBA I would say has always always been worth it and will always be worth it. One of the reasons, because it does help you develop your overall thinking in terms of business management, which is still a very crucial skill. Even if there would be a lot of AI development, but there should be someone managing people, there should be someone managing those AIs, those marketing expenses, and those divisions of the businesses, and helping business grow, because AI cannot read minds of people, and it is still far away from reading or coming to that particular stage right now. So that it requires human intervention over there, and that human intervention is basically been provided by humans, and especially with the ones who have done MBA, because MBA is a lot of case studies. It is about studying a lot of failures of other businesses. It depends now how much you grasp it, and then how much you are able to implement it in the reality while you're working, while you're in between an interview, how you express that to a particular interviewer. I think that is going to make a significant difference whether or not you are hired. And again, as I would say, MBAs I can classify into three different categories. Generally, there is only two in reality, but I'll classify into three different categories. That is MBAs with zero experience or 0 to 1 years of experience. Then again, MBA with 2 to 3 years of experience, and MBA with 3 to 5 years of experience. In reality, you will only see MBA with zero experience or MBA with 2 or above years of experience, because that's what universities offer the students. But as per me, it's always MBAs with 3 to 5 years of experience who are actually required by the organizations out there. They are not looking for someone who is having only 2 years of experience or zero experience, because MBA is basically, let's be fair, it's an executive program training you for that executive managerial role, wherein you are managing a particular department and number of people, so many expenses, so many things for the organization. So you need to have that kind of an experience. So if you might join MBA 0 years of experience, it will not actually help you. I have seen people who have joined MBA programs which require 0 years of experience, and they literally struggle. They also struggle to then land a graduate job, because they apply for a graduate job, but then the interviewers ask them, why did you even study then MBA? So that's a very I think difficult question to answer, that why did you even do that? Because if, let's say, I want to, and generally if you're doing an MBA, let's be honest, you want a managerial position, you probably want to be in consulting, you probably want to be in investment banking, you probably want to be in a higher marketing side of the business. And some people coming from IT do the MBA again to get that CTO or below positions over there, whatever it might be. CTO is still a very high level position. So yeah, they would want that kind of experience. I mean, you probably might have that knowledge, but you probably do not understand business as well, because you have never been over there for that many number of years. So you will struggle to find another job. But yes, if you're going for 3 to 5 years of in an MBA with 3 to 5 years of experience, it is definitely going to be worth it.
So in short, you're saying if you have 3 to 5 years of experience, then come for an MBA in the UK. Anything less than that, you better don't come. Otherwise, you will struggle in the job market here.
Precisely.
Yeah. And with the recent change, which happened last year, the salary threshold has increased. And after that, I have seen there's a huge decline in the jobs that students are getting. And jobs with sponsorship, the number has gone down. So if you have less experience, you won't be able to reach to that kind of salary threshold. Only people who got certain experience, then only they will get that salary, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So yeah.
the organizations want to contribute, want you to contribute something. Like, if, let's say, I want to become a consultant, like in McKinsey or Bain or BCG, Strategy, and whatever, name the biggest firms in the world, whatever it is. You want to be a consultant over there. The consulting teams are also specialists in a particular industry. Someone might be specialist in IT industry, so they will have that kind of a team which is having knowledge of IT, and they like in that particular team there would be a person with more knowledge of finance, but still knowing IT, still understanding the rules and regulations, understanding how IT things work and all those stuff. Similarly, if someone wants to, in a consulting, wants to work in a finance team, let's say, or in a financial industry, so that person will be very good in finance. Most of the team members will be good in finance, but some of them will be knowing IT skills as well, some of them will be knowing supply chain skills as well, and so on. So I think MBA helps you to develop that all round kind of a knowledge, whereas your experience helps you to become specialized, and that's what the consulting firms look for. And similarly, that's what any other firm actually, to be honest, looks for, that you know what you are good at. You might be a finance guy, but you understand, because you have done MBA, now you also understand what is like Six Sigma in strategy, you also understand your different marketing aspects. You're not an expert over there, but you understand, so that you can take a managerial role. So because you'll have to manage almost all the departments if you are at a managerial role, and that's what is the expectation of the organizations from the MBAs. So that's why it is important to have that 3 to 5 years of experience in a particular domain, whichever you are, so you become an expert over there. But an MBA allows you to understand or have an overall understanding of the business.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so domain experience, 3 to 5 years of experience is important so that you can land a job in the UK. Now, let's talk about university. So, back in India, I know the agents, they push students to any university, whichever is easy for them to get an MBA, because that's the easiest slot they can make student come to the UK. And even I have seen students with zero experience, or even that student is not good enough, they push them for MBA. They don't even guide them properly because they think getting an MBA seat is easier in not so top colleges. So is MBA doing from top universities in the UK versus doing from low ranking universities? Is it the same?
No, it is definitely not the same. I'll tell you this thing. This happened to me when I was studying in Durham. Though I was doing MSc, but there was another guy who, like three people almost, one from McKinsey, one from Strategy, and one from JP Morgan Chase, came into the firm, and they literally they told us, all three of them, I mean, probably different words, but three of them just literally told us that when you actually apply after completing your MBA or after completing your masters, whatever you're doing, the applications are segregated just directly on the basis of your university directly, and then it is assessed. So if you're from Durham, if you're from Oxford, if you're from Cambridge, Manchester, it will be assessed separately. So it will be kitty 1, and then there is tier 2 universities kitty, which would be Queens, Kings, and so on, which will go over there, and then there would be a tier 3 kitty. So if you're in universities which are like top 10 universities in the UK, you're already step ahead by your cohort, way ahead of your cohort. So that gives you an edge already over your cohort. If you're in tier 3 universities like Hertfordshire or something like that, you'll just probably not make it because they'll get someone or the other from those two kitties which they have already made up over there.
Can you share?
It does make a difference.
Okay, thanks, Hashit. Can you share the list of top 10 university along their employability rate so that my audience can understand it better?
All right, Sarika, then I'll just share the data of the top 10 universities from Financial Times. So as you can see already over here, the top 10 universities in the UK as per Financial Times for MBA, and also what is their employment rate for the first 3 months, which actually comes out to be at 89.5, which I believe is quite high and must be higher than the national skilled employment rate as well. I'm not sure, I have not checked that bit of the data, but I hope it should be higher than that, and it comes out to be 89.5%, which is basically 90% in the first 3 months of completing your MBA, and definitely it would go about 90-95% after like maybe in a year or so.
Okay.
So I would definitely say it is worth it, and all of these MBAs are basically executive MBAs, that is 3 to 5 years of experience, and definitely you can see the difference that it is 90%, and I'm pretty sure the skilled visa or skilled jobs in the UK will not be having that high percentage average employment, if I be honest.
So I'm going to pause the screen for the guys who are watching this video. Make sure you take the screenshot. You can look at the top 10 university from the left, where you can target these universities if you want to come and do your MBA in the UK. Otherwise, it is not worth doing it. And the column D, like Harshit already explained, this is the employability rate. You can see your employability rate is so high if you are doing MBA from top university. So if your agents are pushing you to a low grade university for MBA, it's better you don't opt for it. Okay. Thanks, Harshit. I do agree with you. In fact, I was reading one of the article from ONS. So ONS is a government portal here in the UK, which does publish some of the stats based on how the market is. And especially for the graduate, you can look at this data was published on 27th of June, 2024, graduate labor market stats. And if I scroll down here, of course, there are more details. I'll be providing the link in the video description so the audience can go and watch it. So here you can see the graduate employment rate is 87.7%, which is already an increase from 2022. And the graduate high skill employment, high skill means white collar job and not blue collar job. So this is also pretty good because this is also an increase of 0.7% from 2022. And of course, there are more details around it in terms of what is the median salary and what it means in the real terms, whether it's increase or decrease, which you can read from here. But overall, you can see the graduates are getting job in the UK. Okay, Hashit, now coming back to my another question for you. So what are the skills you think people should learn other than just coming here for MBA, even though they have now say 3 to 5 years of experience? What else they should prepare so that they don't get a shock when they land in the UK?
They should, I think this is one of the mistakes which I made, and I'll suggest this to like literally everyone, not just the MBAs. Probably try to understand the UK market. How does the UK employers work? What do they expect from you? Probably a difficult task to do, but once you actually come into your universities, your professors actually know a lot, and they have huge amount of experiences as well, and they actually understand, and they are very, very through with the employers, very, very through. Like if you want to go into consulting industry, there would be a consulting professor. Talk to that consulting professor, and that professor will be able to really guide you very well to what they will be looking for and how they will be looking forward for you to approach a particular problem if you're working on. Similarly for investment banking, similarly for any other kind of a job, to be honest. And I think that is what I'll suggest anyone, that try talking to your professors and understanding that what is required. Like I remember when I was talking to one of my professors when I wanted to get a job in investment banking, and she literally told me that just knowing finance will not be enough. She was like, investment bankings are now using a lot of IT, so if you know a bit of, not much in detail, but if you know a bit of like Python, let's say any other programming language, bit of that will come in handy. Plus you'll have to develop your sales skills. The only reason, because since after COVID we saw a bit of boom, which like was like everyone hiring a lot of employees and all companies like coming in, taking more and more people, paying high salaries. But after that, I think it was everywhere in the news about layoffs, because the revenues did not go up that much, margins did not go up that much, and therefore the organizations then started to lay off after the COVID boom, to be honest. And that's what she told me as well, that after the COVID boom, and since still there is a recession in the market, things in the market, so what they are looking forward for is additional skills like investment banking, she told Python and all, but also sales. So even if you're working in background, you still might do, or back end part, you still might need to go and pitch, probably not always, but someday, and convert a particular deal into a sale or break a deal, something like that. So she was like, you just cannot work into the background. So if you want a job in investment banking, you have to do this as well. So that is what was the prospect of the investment banking probably 2 years ago, and I think it still remains the same. You might have to still step up and still do additional work, and you cannot just work in the background. If you're working in the front end, you might have to have an understanding of the back end as well, to what they are doing and how they are looking to make a sale. So I think, yeah, so you need to, like, I think you cannot be just having that specialized skill. That is much needed, but you need to have additional skill, bit of IT and bit of the connected part of other departments or front end, back end things. Like you need to have that connected skill as well. Not a lot, but definitely some bit of it will actually help you to get a job. So I think that is what one person can actually do to be ahead of the cohort.
Any industry specific certifications will help them or not?
Oh, definitely. That is for sure. Like investment bankers have so many certificates they can do. Like there are so many CISI certificates and CFA, CA, ACCA. You can still do that. So that will help you. IT certification. I think Coursera offers a lot of IT certifications. Google offers as well. Yeah. So I think those certifications does contribute a lot. And probably if you are like, let's say in your university, you are part of any kind of a forum, any kind of a group which actually does investment banking work, which actually does IT work, which actually does consulting work, because the universities do have those opportunities available with them. I still remember in Durham there was a consulting group which used to help local businesses in Durham to actually set up and to actually grow. So if you become part of those societies, and even that gives you an opportunity to understand their business model, what they are doing, how they are doing, why they are doing that. I think that helps a lot as well, because it's basically considered as experience in the UK and just not an extracurricular activity, to be honest.
So even before students land in the UK, they can at least think of those industry specific certifications and get ready. And when they are in the UK, of course, networking, speaking to their college professors, and also maybe alumni and people, making more friends, talking where they're working on their seniors or even what others are doing, and looking for the jobs within their university and adding all those experiences in their CV, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they can go and look into their job descriptions, like of the dream companies, the job they want, job description. There might be certifications mentioned over there, skills mentioned over there, and they can already start pairing along the lines.
So just to summarize our discussion, so we discussed, yes, MBA is still a good option for people who want to still do an MBA, but make sure you target those top 10 universities, which Hashit already shared, because the employability rate is high. If you're targeting any universities which are low ranking university, your chances of getting a job and also with sponsorship will decline. And that's one of the reasons why most of the students who are reaching out to me are not getting jobs, because they don't have experience, they don't have any domain experience, and the university is also not top 10. So always make sure you have certain experience from your country before you come here, and have some domain experience, and add some additional skills and industry specific certificates, which Harshit just mentioned, right? Okay, thanks Harshit. Thank you for coming and having a good discussion on this topic. I hope this will help many students to make their decision if they're planning to come to the UK to do MBA. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you very much, Didi. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.